interesting that you speak about deafness while we speak about sight, about seeing, because actually what enables us to reform or to truly heal in terms of spiritual healing, what can heal our sight is our hearing. Okay, so deafness is, or recognition of deafness has to do with um,
Well, it
thinking
could be
that.
deftness, but I think it's also it's deft, so almost dexterity
Mm,
of
okay.
this being able to work with the forces that are being offered to me in a way that is competent, but also in a way that is subtle enough.
Mm,
So yes, I think there is a deafness, and that like I feel like the answers are being shouted at me, and like it's so hard for me to hear them. But there's also this dexterity piece of I can feel that new leadership being offered and that gate being almost opened, and the walking through it is still so bewildering.
mm. But I think we are not walking through one gate. And so I think part of feeling bewildered and lost is that once we pass one gate, it doesn't say that the next gate is aligned with it.
Yeah, you gotta go and
Yeah.
find.
This is why actually every every meeting, sort of, in order to establish a lesson, or in order to actually establish a study, not a lesson. Um, it's a lesson in Hebrew is the amount of light, or the measurement of oneself, get that is being invested within the surrender. Then it opens the gate. Even if we are actually moving one step and then there is a wall, and then we need to ask the next gate, which can be on the right, on the left, up, down. It depends on the nature of the time, of the month, the nature of the portion, and the nature of um, the spirits, the group that are being sort of reformed, constructed into a function. So this is why we cannot have a constant peace. Every piece breaks into a conflict. Every piece, every middle line breaks into left and right, left and right, left and right. As I said, as a coil of DNA, that actually the end of the coil is a person or an animal. The end, when it finishes the meeting points of its coiling, one can say, actually, then we see the reality. But actually, trying to stay on one, let's say, one turn of the coil, it's one gate. Okay, so I think as well, bewilderment is a good state to be to be so a description of how we are in the work. Yeah. We should be bewildered because every time there is on one hand an amazement of how stubborn and unwilling to hear we are, and really being astonished at this sublime offer. So again, it opens into a conflict, a true conflict. Okay. So how actually it's a genius idea, a screen intention. Yeah. The uh, the sheer construct of an intention of a screen in which there is a partnership between a possible partnership between two opposition which allow us to actually harness our nature to a different nature. This is a true miracle. So bewilderment at each attainment of sense of sensibility within it It's a miracle, a true miracle. Yeah. Okay. So yes. So it gives us, I think, truly a different sight. So now we become good spies if we have bewilderment of the right kind. Okay. Yeah. Okay.